Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Now let's get into the video. Small talk is one of those things that you need to have a command over if you want to succeed in life, but it doesn't come easy to a lot of people. So in this video, we're taking a look at how to handle small talk as an introvert. But before we begin, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Number 7. Check for openings. Talking with someone that you know and have a good rapport with can be easy, but when you're faced with someone that you don't know, things can seem a bit harder. There are many people out there that have no problems initiating conversation with anyone, but even if you aren't like them, there are some small things that you can do to become good at small talk. Small talk refers to you talking with someone for some concrete purpose, but making it seem as though you are good friends with them. This is what many celebrities have to do when they sit down for interviews, so why not learn from them and their skills? Many celebrities have an extroverted personality that is easily identifiable, but there is one among them that is surely an introvert, and it is as plain as day. Nice. We are of course talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. If you haven't watched some of his interviews, you might think that he is an extrovert. Otherwise, how would he have gotten so far? But the fact of the matter is, he has perfected small talk. One example of that was when he was talking among his co-stars during an interview. He employed a simple technique called checking for openings, in which he waited for Quentin Tarantino to stop talking for just a moment to say what he was thinking about. This might seem simple, but identifying such an opening can be a hard thing to do. Number 6. Mention your feelings. One of the biggest problems with being an introvert is that you can never open up to someone about your feelings, and that's especially true in the case of people you might not know. This is why, in order to handle small talk, you need to be able to convey what you're feeling. It doesn't matter whether that fits into the topic that is being talked about, because when you're talking with someone, they're going to want to listen to what you have to say. The person that you're in a conversation with might even be looking for an opportunity for you to talk about yourself. So, whenever you feel like that opportunity has come up, be sure to take it. Woo! Leonardo has also used this to talk about himself several times. In one of his movies, there's a character who's an aging actor, so the interviewer asked Leo whether he felt as though he was going through something similar, to which DiCaprio responded with honesty. He said that there wasn't a single actor out there that didn't feel like they were growing old and aging out of the industry they're working in. These were very intimate thoughts, but he shared them nonetheless, and this is what you should try to employ in conversations as well. Number 5. Trying to change the topic. One of the biggest problems with having a conversation with someone is deciding what to talk about. This can seem like an easy thing, but if you lose the lead early, you might end up getting stuck with listening to the other person, while barely having any input of your own. To counter this, you can try to change the topic. This can be done when the person you're in conversation with asks you something. You can choose to respond with what they were asking about, or you can simply switch the topic to something that you have been itching to mention. This not only makes the conversation more interesting, but it also flows better than if only one topic was being talked about. Leonardo showcased this when he was asked about working for a man that had passed away after the movie had been filmed. He initially began to express his sorrow at that, but then he took a quick detour to include the movie in that sorrow as well. He said that since he had grown up in LA, he enjoyed being in the company of that man, and of course LA was a huge part of that movie that he was starring in. So he got 2 birds with 1 stone with that single statement. Number 4. Create opt-in points.
She'll be okay. Okay, she's right, yeah, I can see her. There you go.
While introverts might be a bit shy at talking to others, once they do get talking, it's a bit hard to stop. If you are an introvert, you might relate with this, and if you want to make the conversation better, there's one thing that you can do. If you've been speaking about a topic for a long time, you can simply stop for just a moment in between to see if the person you're talking with has something to add to it. This not only makes it more engaging for the other person, it also ends up confirming whether your topic is interesting or not.
I'm not gonna...
Okay, don't worry.
Since Leonardo is an introvert, he does this by answering the question that has been asked, and then stops to check whether they have any follow-ups or not. Number 3. Steering the conversation. If you use many different techniques to talk with someone, you might end up getting really good at it. It might even reach the point where you start to banter with someone rather than speak about the topic that you initially wanted to. There are many subtle ways of rectifying this, and one of them is to steer the conversation to where you want it to be. You can do this by interjecting in the middle of the banter, or you can slowly start to talk about the purpose of why you're conversing with them in the first place. For an actor, the main purpose of having small talk with someone is to promote their upcoming project, which is why Leonardo used this to talk about his upcoming movie. He was sitting with his co-stars, and the conversation had been delving into banter for a while, and when it came time for him to talk, he made a small joke about thanking God for not being hired for his singing abilities, and then steered the conversation to what his actual role in the movie was. Number 2. Compliment others. When you're at a loss of what to say in a conversation, you can simply start to compliment someone that is either being talked about or someone that you are talking with. This puts the entire situation at ease and makes the conversation flow more smoothly. Leonardo DiCaprio showcased this by complimenting someone that he had worked with on one of his movies. He mentioned the fact that they had a kindness in them, and as he talked about it, everyone listened intently at what he had to say, which is the entire purpose of making small talk. Number 1. Asking for others' input. There are certain moments in a conversation when you just don't know what to say anymore. If you ever reach that point, what you can do is simply ask the person you're talking with for their input. This not only makes the other person feel valued, but also eases your burden a bit.
Leo, what's up? Leo, straight ahead, Leo. Mr. DiCaprio.
Leo employed this technique when he stopped talking in the middle of a statement to ask his director about something that he had forgotten. It was a small gesture, but it was surely appreciated by everyone in the room. These were some of the details on how to handle small talk as an introvert. This might not be an easy task to accomplish, but with enough practice, it can begin to seem that way. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.